today's video, I'm doing my writing journey number... I don't know what number it is. 20? 19? 21? So for any of you out there that do not know, I am also an author as well as a bookstagrammer and a booktuber and all things books. Just give me books, 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 books. So basically I have written now 5 books in a YA fantasy series called the Last Elentrice series. I have also published 1 book in a children's series called the Wanted series, which is like illustrated for children ages 2+, 3+, rhyming verse picture books. And I am in the process of submitting a other novel called Ashes of Legends for a different series to traditionally published people, not to be indie published. And so today I'm going to fill you in on all the things that are happening with all the projects, as well as tell you about the querying process for the traditionally published novel. So I'm going to begin with the latest release book, which is When Waves Collide, the 5th book or 4th book in the Last Elentrice series. I call it the 4th book because it's the 4th novel in the series. However, there is a novella that accompanies this series. Anyways, moving on. So When Waves Collide released last week. I'm very, very excited to have it finally out into the world, and I will be revealing the trailer to you guys today at the end of this video, and on my Facebook if you're on my Facebook, and on my Instagram if you're on my Instagram, and on my Twitter if you're on my Twitter. Sorry, I'm in a very crazy mood today. So during NaNoWriMo this month, which is National Novel Writing Month, which is where you try to reach 50,000 words in a month. They don't have to be the best words, just getting that first draft out so that you can, start editing it, because it's much easier to edit a first draft than it is to edit nothing. So in NaNoWriMo this month, I have been working on the 5th book in the Last Elentrice series. It is my first time doing NaNoWriMo. I am on 43,000 words. I don't know if I'm going to make it to 50 by the end of this month, but I have been doing a lot of plotting and brainstorming. So I've had a very fun, successful writing month. So even if I don't win the NaNoWriMo 50K in 1 month thing, I have definitely done some major progress in the whole writing scenario. And it's going well. I'm excited. It's the final book in the series. I have been working on the series for 3 years almost. It'll be 6 books in 3 years once it's out. Yeah. So I'm excited. It's been a good writing month. I cannot wait. It's gonna be bittersweet to say goodbye to all the characters, but I'm definitely excited to have it wrapped up, complete, maybe do a box set, and start something new. And in my children's series news, I am releasing the 2nd book in that series next week. So I think I've already said that series is called the Wanted series, and basically every title is basically a want or a don't want. So the first book is called Shania Streep Wanted to Sleep, and this 2nd book that is releasing next week is going to be called Emma Crete Wanted a Sweet. They are both rhyming verse picture books with some kind of moral message for children, or like to encourage numbers or colors or shapes. So Shania Streep Wanted to Sleep is basically about perseverance. It's Shania Streep wanted to sleep but was being kept awake by a strange sound. She looked left, she looked right, she looked up, she looked down, but the cause of the sound could not be found. And then she goes on a nighttime adventure to find out what this sound is that's keeping her awake, and the end moral is persevere and you will find what you are looking for, and it might be closer than you think. And then the new one that I'm releasing next week, which I'm very excited to do, because I wrote the Wanted 2 series or Wanted series, it used to be called Wanted 2, but the Wanted series, I wrote it in 2013, like the first book in the Wanted series. And I did a lot of stuff with that, and then I fell in love with the indie publishing market, and I was like, that's it, I'm gonna write a novel. So I have all these Wanted books in my mind, but it just takes me so long to draw. I really need to get an illustrator that can draw faster, but I got the drawing done eventually, so it's taken me a few years between releasing the first book and now releasing the 2nd one, but it is done, so I'm very excited to release the 2nd one. And the 2nd one is Emma Crete Wanted to Sweet, and this one is more about healthy eating, and it is Emma Crete Wanted to Sweet, but it seemed that they had all gone. She looked everywhere, over, under, and on, but she found no sweets, not even one! And then basically she's constantly asking, do you have any sweets? Do you have any sweets? Do you have any sweets? And they don't have any sweets, but they keep bringing her different things. And finally she gets some fruits, and she falls in love with the fruits, and yeah, you know, she learns that there are sweet, tasty treats that are not necessarily sweets. So that is to encourage kids for healthy eating, and I'm hoping to get the third one published. That one has been illustrated already by somebody else, but I don't know if I want it to be the third book. So now on to Ashes of Legends. Now this series has been, I have been querying this book since March, I believe. So a long time. So I have learned some recent mistakes that I have made in the querying process. Some of them I learned along the way and was like, oh shoot. But some of them I've just been doing more and more research lately, because it seems to be, I don't know, you know, when you attract things, I feel like you attract things in the universe the more you focus on them. So I seem to see a lot of people talking about querying and all this stuff lately that I don't believe I was seeing before. And even whilst I was querying, I seem to just be seeing it more and more these days. And I think it's because I'm focusing on it more and more these days. So anyways, a lot of them have said mistakes that they made when they were querying was not querying in small batches. So if you have not started the querying process yet, let me tell you the do's and the don'ts that I have learned through the process myself or through others that have gone through the process before. Query in small batches. Now this is something that I learned along the way, and also something that now I'm seeing at least 3 people have mentioned it in the past week as something that they also did, or something that you should do. And the reason to query in small batches. So what I discovered in a writing journey a long time ago, I would have told you this, but I submitted Ashes of Legends to a publisher, to an agent, and she really liked it, but she said that the narrative was too telling rather than immersing you in the scene, blah 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 blah. And as I got more into the character's mind, I started writing it more as the character, and it got better. But for my first few pages, which is all that the agent firstly sees, I was not in the character's mind, I was me writing the character. So had I done a small batch, say submitted to, I think they say as small as 5 to 10 agents, if I had done that, then there wouldn't be more than 10 agents out there with the telling narrative, and I could make changes to the book and resend it and send it out to different agents, another small group of agents. So what I've had actually, when I first got started, I was like, everybody's getting it! So I sent it out, I think in my first week or so, to 35 agents, and I didn't wait between getting their feedback before finding, say, another 10. So then I did do small batches, but by that point, you know what I mean, I wasn't waiting for the feedback. So what you should do is submit it to a small batch, wait for feedback, because some of them do bother to answer, and when they do answer, they give you helpful advice. So the second thing I learned, but I don't know if I completely agree with this, but 2 out of the 4 advice things that I have seen have said this, and that is to only query the agents that get back to you. I can understand the benefits, because some of them you don't even know if they've seen your email, simply because that is how it goes. Like if they're getting 200 emails a day from 200 people just like you that are like, hey, read my book, read my book, read my book. Some of them openly confess to the fact that they only check the title, for instance. Does the title of the book interest them enough to want to click on your email, to read your synopsis, to bother then to read the sample pages? So it's a very, very cutthroat industry, and they're not meaning to be offensive, but they just say no reply means no representation, and it's because maybe they just don't like it and they don't have time to reply, but also maybe because they didn't even open your email. And the third thing that I've seen a lot of, but this is not that easy, but if you can, get to some industry professional somehow, maybe an editor that's like specializes in queries and pitches. I don't know exactly myself, but yeah, Pitch Wars is pretty good for that, because you can see how compelling your pitch is. What is good though, if you can get a mentor or someone, again, something that I didn't know at the time, to read your pitch and your query letter, because in your query letter you add a 250 to 300 page synopsis of the book. So there's a lot of selling and selling and selling and selling and selling. So the title's got to sell the email, and then the pitch line's got to sell the synopsis, and then the synopsis has got to sell the sample pages, and the sample pages have got to sell the book. Woo! And in terms of actual legends, so at the moment I am trying to get it big, traditionally published. I'm having some good vibes lately, again with seeing a lot of querying tips and stuff that's been coming my way. I've also seen a lot of people announcing lately that they're getting published and that they're so excited, and it's really encouraging and motivating, and I just feel like I am attracting that into my life. This is for those that believe in science of the universe and stuff, so if you're not interested, you can fast forward. But basically they say, those that believe in the science of the universe, they say that when you want something, if you can be grateful for what you have and see the signs of it coming, it will come. So sometimes it's the universe showing you that the thing is coming, but if you respond with negativity, not grateful, jealous that somebody else has got it or something like that, then chances are it's not going to come your way because your negative vibes towards it are sending it away. So like in terms of me, now that I'm seeing all these querying things and I'm seeing all these people getting published, I am like so excited. So I have very, very high hopes and positive vibes that Astro Legends is going to get a publisher / agent soon, because I just keep seeing that kind of stuff everywhere. So let's see, but I have made my decision that if this traditional publishing route doesn't start to, like, obviously happen soon, because at the end of the day I really just want the book out there because I love the characters so much and I want you guys to read it. So if it comes to the point where, you know, it has been a very long time, like maybe a year or so, say maybe next March, but I don't see it being that long, I really don't. But if it is, then I'm gonna start approaching small press publishers which don't have such high demand and more chances of actually reading my email. So that is all for my writing journey so far. I hope you found it helpful, and if you have any questions, then please don't forget that you can put them in the comments, or you can message me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, wherever, and I will answer them in my next following writing journey, because that will be actually an answering your questions one in December. I hope all of you that celebrate Thanksgiving had a beautiful Thanksgiving, and if you did, put in the comments below what you did for Thanksgiving. Did you eat too much? Did you have turkey? Fill me in. What are you thankful for? Even if you don't celebrate Thanksgiving, what are you thankful for? And yes, as I've said, that is all for today. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed this video, please consider giving it a thumbs up. If you like all my other videos, then please consider subscribing. And until next time, I'll see you. Bye!
If you like adventure, other worlds and igniting your soul, and traveling to the beyond, then don't miss the Last Elentrice series. Get swept away, get caught up in chaos, leap across dimensions, fall in love, face your fears and start a revolution. Who will survive when all the worlds